Hello guys, Eli here. Hope you're all doing well. Saturday afternoon, I'm just relaxing, about to make some food, drinking coffee, watching some movies. I'm actually going out to see Late Night with the Devil with my girlfriend, and oh man, I'm pretty excited for that. I don't know a whole lot about the film, but I'm interested in it. So what I'm here to do today is show you all the movies, more or less, that I picked up in the month of March. I know there's only a select handful of you guys that are into this kind of thing, but if you know anything about me, physical media has always been a huge part of my life. We're talking since a toddler, basically. But all Blu-ray and DVD, probably about 75% DVD, 25% Blu-ray. As you might know, I've said this kind of recently. I'm pretty much getting to that point where I'm trying to buy more Blu-ray. I only pick up DVD just when it's really cheap and I just find it. Haven't really gotten to the 4K thing just yet. I don't really care that much. I'm sure they look amazing. I just don't care enough, man. But let's get going. I think we'll start off with the Blu-ray stuff. We got some newer stuff. I think this one took a while for this to come out physically, because I know this was streaming and people were talking about it like early last year, maybe mid last year, something like that. We're talking about Malum. Haven't seen it yet, but man, I really, really want to. So this is kind of a weird story about how this movie came to be. So this was basically, if you saw the movie, what's it called, Last Shift? I think it's called Last Shift. Came out back in like 2018 or something like that. I thought it was pretty good. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I own it on DVD somewhere here. Liked it quite a bit. I remember watching it with my girlfriend at the time. She really dug it. So what this is, took the slipcase off. Very cool slipcase, by the way. And hey, look, a different cover underneath. I love when they do that. So this is and correct me if I'm wrong, I might not have all my facts straight. It's kind of like a reimagining of Last Shift, from what I have heard, because I haven't really researched it. So again, I could be a little off, but it's the director kind of remaking his own movie, making it more close, to the movie that he actually wanted to make. So what I'm thinking instantly, obviously, I'm thinking like Evil Dead 2. Maybe it's like a requel or something like that. Either way, I've heard it's a little darker than Last Shift, a little more aggressive, a little grittier. I don't know. I'm into it. Can't wait to watch it. Malum, have you guys seen it? What do you think about it? And what do you think about it compared to Last Shift? Do you like Last Shift more? I don't know. I'd like to hear your thoughts. And then we've got, I reviewed this a couple of weeks ago. Man, what a fantastic film. I'm really only just getting into the films of Sam Peckinpah, a fantastic American film director. So I got Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia from, 74, I think. 74, yeah. This was just, goddamn, this was good. This is kind of like a neo-western, I guess you could call it. You got Warren Oates. Oh man, just fantastic. Highly recommended. I paid a little bit more for this Blu-ray than I probably would have liked, but it's a cool edition. I've never heard of this label, Twilight Time. Not familiar with Twilight Time, but I'm glad that they put this out. Man, this is a fantastic film. Can't wait to dig more into Sam Peckinpah's work, because man, yeah, I'm into it. Then I had to get Deadpool 2. Was a pretty big fan of the first one. I'm a big fan of the character. We're talking going back to the 90s when the character was still new. So yeah, I loved the first one. I never have seen this one. I thought it was funny, kind of like how the first one, man, had so much buzz. Everyone was talking about it, and this one came out, I didn't hear anyone talking about it. I've heard most people say, it's on par with the first, and then I've heard a lot of people say it's just not quite as good. I'm really interested in them introducing the character of Cable, played by Josh Brolin. Cable's always been a character from the X-Men comics that I really, really liked, and yeah, really excited to finally watch it. Why I didn't watch it when it came out, I'm not really sure. But I think what made me grab that is like, hey, the new Deadpool Wolverine movie is coming out soon, which I'm super excited for. So I should probably check the second one out finally. And then a movie I've wanted to see for quite some time now. Blind Fury with Rutger Hauer. Been seeing this kind of talked about on YouTube over the last couple years. I always liked Rutger Hauer. He's fucking fantastic. This is an 80s film, 89 actually. So this is Rutger Hauer playing a blind Vietnam veteran who gets himself into some hijinks, and yeah. I heard it's just kind of an action movie with a good hefty dose of comedy. I mean, come on, look at that cover. But I heard it's awesome. I heard if you were to judge this as an action film, it's a really good action film. Siskel and Ebert both liked it. They both gave it 2 thumbs up. Yeah, can't wait to watch it. I know I'll like it. Then I've got Thanksgiving, Eli Roth's most recent film. My son and I both saw this in the theater. We liked it quite a bit. I don't think it was amazing. I also don't think anyone's really out there, you know, going around saying it was amazing. I think it's fine. It's a good horror movie. It's a good slasher. It's missing some of those secret ingredients that make a great slasher. It's kind of a horror comedy. You get a lot of there's a lot of Scream influence here, but it's missing. Like with Scream, you just have you have great writing. You have great characters. I don't think the writing is, you know, it's decent. It's decent. Don't get me wrong. But it's not on par with Scream. The characters, I also thought the characters were okay. I remember seeing a lot of reviewers like, oh, the characters are bland and forgettable. I think they're all right, but they're, again, not on par with Scream. There is some pretty gruesome scenes in this, which I remember people saying like, oh my god, this movie's so extreme. It's borderline taking things too far. I don't think that at all. I don't think this is nearly as gory as people were making it out to be. But there are some good practical gore scenes, don't get me wrong. Check it out. If you like slashers, you know, if you like horror movies, definitely check it out. I don't think it's going to blow your mind, but it's also not a waste of your time. Then from a recommendation by one of my viewers, or at least he's watched my video, or at least one of my videos. This is a recommendation by a person. I apologize, I don't remember who it was, but Duel. This is the first Steven Spielberg film. 70s, obviously. Early 70s. Oh man, I can't read the back. Don't know the date. I know it's 70s. Either way. I've been watching quite a few 70s films lately, and I'm just absolutely loving it. It's you know, I wasn't alive in the 70s quite yet. It's not an era of film that I ever really like super delved into. Don't get me wrong, you know, I've seen my fair share, but I'm realizing that there are just, I think the decade of the 70s was a fantastic decade for filmmaking. One of the best. I don't think anyone would argue that, and I'm really enjoying going back and like delving into these kind of classics that I've missed, and you know, more obscure stuff. Yeah, I've gotten quite a few recommendations here. Thank you guys. If you want to, you know, throw me some more, like, just what are your favorite 70s films? Any genre, whether it be horror, science fiction, anything. So yeah, excited to watch this. It's definitely one of those thrillers. You know right away when you look at just look at this cover. This is not the original cover. This is they changed the artwork for the Blu-ray. Yeah, really excited to watch this. Don't know a ton about it, and that's fine. This movie from 1996 I grabbed just because it was from the Kino Lorber label. This Blu-ray case is a little beat up, but I'm sure I can get a new case pretty easily. So we're talking Last Dance with Sharon Stone. Haven't seen it, never really heard of it, but Kino Lorber put it out. I picked this up for like $3. It's supposedly really, really good, and I can't wait to watch it. Lately I've been rekindling my long-standing love for the Tremors franchise. Well, I mean, I really just like the first one. The second one's pretty good. I haven't seen anything beyond the second one yet. But I picked this up, Tremors 5 Bloodlines, with Michael Gross as Bert and Jamie Kennedy. First of all, just going by the cover, what did they do? The Graboids, they gave him teeth? I mean, this looks ridiculous. That's not the Graboid that I know and love. Why was I rubbing him? Graboid. I don't know, dude. I've heard that beyond the second one, none of them are very good, but I don't know, man. I still find myself excited to watch it, but Clearly they fucked up the graboids. That is not a graboid, but and maybe it's a new type. I don't know. It's yeah, maybe I should watch the movie before I bitch. You also shouldn't put the graboids on the cover. I've always been a firm believer in the rule that you don't put the monster on the movie cover. You gotta make people earn that shit. Go old school, you know. Then I got one of the newer releases from Vinegar Syndrome. I just love picking up anything from them that I can, and this one really caught my eye. Had never heard of it. Like, I mean, most of the Vinegar Syndrome releases I had not previously even heard of, which is awesome. I'm on board with that 100%. So this came out in, I want to say late 90s. Sorry, I didn't take any notes for this video, and to be honest, I intentionally did that. I wanted this just to be a raw physical media type video. Man, I don't know. I think it came out in the 90s. You're like, dude, just fucking get it over with. So we're talking about Divinity, directed by Eddie Alcazar, and this just caught my eye. And I read a little bit on the back. This looks like some crazy, it's like a crazy sci-fi film. I mean, it looked very, very, very intriguing. I want to know more about it, but I'm just going to watch it. Presented by Steven Soderbergh, too, by the way. Nice booklet here. That's probably the original cover, by the way. And yeah, nice thick booklet with all kinds of info, and you'll bet your ass I'm going to read that entire thing. Yeah, I don't know. This just speaks to me. I saw this sitting there, and I was like, man, that looks dark. That looks gritty. That looks something. Yeah, I gotta see it. So, Divinity. Has anyone seen this? I've never heard of it. Man, I'm curious. And then I got this foreign version, Spanish. It looks like a Spanish Blu-ray of the film Night of the Demon, which I haven't ever seen. This is notorious in horror circles. I mean, you pick up any top 20 or 30 horror movies of all time. What I'm noticing, though I haven't seen it yet, what I'm noticing is people that really are passionate about horror, you're going to see this come up on there. And it's always been one of those movies that I've heard of. There are other movies called Night of the Demon, don't get me wrong, but I have not seen this one. This is an old one, by the way. This is from 1957. I've just heard it's fucking amazing. I can't wait to watch it. I'm sure if you're a longtime horror fan, you've probably seen it, or maybe you're like me and you haven't got around to it yet. What do you think about Night of the Demon? I can't wait to watch it. In fact, I've had that for a couple weeks. I don't know why I haven't already watched it. Kind of busy tonight. Maybe I'll watch it tomorrow. The curiosity got the best of me. I had to pick up the new Ninja Turtles movie, Mutant Mayhem. I heard it's just awesome. Really excited to watch it. I'm a Ninja Turtles fan going way back. Not to the original days. I wasn't there for the comics in the late 80s, but like early 90s, yeah, I was on board. Then another fairly new release here. We got Dream Scenario from A24 with Nicolas Cage. I reviewed this on my channel here. Not a lot of people watched it, but if you got time, maybe you could check it out. I think it's a fantastic movie. Maybe not great, but pretty good, and I'm glad that I bought it. Definitely will be giving it a second watch eventually. Then the last Blu-ray for the day, another A24 film. We've got The Iron Claw. This was my second favorite film of 2023. I will say, going back, I think I rated it maybe a little high. I think it'd be maybe number 3 instead of number 2, but it's still really damn good. It's the more I watch it, I am uncovering a couple more flaws here and there, but it's still a fantastic film. I would still highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, check out The Iron Claw. Now moving on to standard DVD. Haven't seen this one. This is the only one of the franchise I haven't seen yet. And I really enjoy it. It's a very flawed franchise, but we're talking VHS 85. Yeah, I just really enjoy this franchise. Sure, they're not perfect, but they're fun. Got this out of a kind of a discount bin at Walmart once upon a time in Hollywood. I haven't seen it yet. Why I haven't seen it yet, I don't know. I love Quentin Tarantino. This came out back in 2019. Heard pretty much nothing but great things. So can't wait to see it. It's long overdue. And I decided I wanted to rewatch the others, so I picked up this kind of beat up version, or copy, but not too bad. Nicole Kidman, this is a kind of a modern-ish classic. I think I saw it in the theater when it came out originally. If not, I saw it like when it was, home video. Got this pretty nice Dimension collector's series, one of the fat boxes, so it's got 2 discs, and kind of a cool chrome-ish cover. Yeah, really excited to rewatch that because I haven't seen it in many, many years. I have a feeling it's aged like a fine wine, but we'll see. Big Steve Buscemi fan. I remember that he had directed this film, and that's about all I really knew. So I've never seen it. I've heard it's really good, though. Trees Lounge. I think this is the first thing that he directed. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. This came out initially back in '96. Yeah, excited to watch that. This is a random find. I don't know anything about this at all. I don't know if it's a Japanese film. I think it's a Japanese film. This seems to be, from what little research I've done, it seems to be like this kind of kaiju, like a Godzilla knockoff universe that some people have created. So Raiga, God of the Monsters. It's a pretty decent cover. Like it's a cool cover. I'm sure the movie I'm sure it's low budget schlock, but so are most of the Godzilla films. I don't know, man. Have you? Like I said, I've done a little bit of research. It seems to be this kind of kaiju universe created by some people. There's other films. Are they any good at all? I don't know. SRS Cinema. Okay, 2019. I don't know. It was like $5. Godzilla versus Mothra. Probably one of the better films in the the old Godzilla universe, the old kaiju universe. Yeah, excited to have this. I'm pretty much picking up all the Godzilla adjacent stuff that I can find. Planning on picking all of it up in a matter of time. Then we've got King Kong versus Godzilla, the original one from 50s, right? This is 91. That can't be. I think 91 is when this DVD was... No, they weren't making DVDs in 91. I don't know why it says 91. Get off my back. Because I know this movie came out in like the late 50s. But this is, the original Godzilla vs. Kong movie. I actually haven't seen it. And another of Takashi Miike's many, many, many films. First Love. Haven't, specifically heard anything about it, but from 2019, figured I'd grab it and chance it. And from the Ju-On series, which would be the Japanese film series, that spawned the American remakes, The Grudge franchise. So Ju-On, White Ghost, Black Ghost. I don't know a whole lot about this franchise, to be honest, but I thought it seemed cool, something I might enjoy. 2009. Yeah, I still have not got around to seeing the original Ju-On. I think I have it on DVD. I'll get to it. And we got The Orphanage. Great Spanish, I think Spanish, right? Kind of ghost film. I saw this back when it came out. I think it came out in 2008. The Orphanage. Anyways, Guillermo del Toro produced it. I remember it being really damn good, but it needs another watch because I'm much more of a horror fan now than I was back in 2008. Talking about Sam Peckinpah earlier, I had to pick up, this is, one of the films, this is probably the film that he's most known for, The Wild Bunch. 2 discs special edition, I couldn't turn that down. So I haven't even seen this yet, but I am so goddamn excited after seeing and bringing me the head of Alfredo Garcia. So this came out in 1960 something. I don't know, 60s. You had Sam Peckinpah kind of, keeping the American Western films alive, doing them in his own style, his own gritty, violent style. I haven't even seen this yet, and this has got to be like, this film has to be influential to like Tarantino's films. I mean, just look at it. I know Tarantino talks about being, influenced by Akira Kurosawa, but he's got to be into Peckinpah stuff too. I just can't wait to see this. William Holden, or Ernest Borgnine, Warren Oates. Yeah, I just can't wait. Then I picked up Tremors 4. I heard this is after the first one. I've heard this is probably the best. This is probably the second best in the series, but yeah. We'll see, I guess. I mean, I'm excited to watch all these. I don't have much in the way of hopes. Um, Here's one that I watched back when I was a kid, and I actually really liked it. This movie is, like, allegedly notoriously bad. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was a kid when I watched it, but I really liked it. I found it to be really dark and disturbing, and I also read the book. The book's great. H.G. Wells, talking about the island of Dr. Moreau with Val Kilmer and Marlon Brando from back in, late 90s? 96? So this was originally directed, or it was supposed to be directed by Richard Stanley. He was famously fired, like, not too far into the filming. There's a crazy story about that. You can read into it, but ended up being taken over by John Frankenheimer. I don't know. We'll see how it holds up. I remember liking it back in '96. Pumpkinhead 4, Blood Feud. I have not seen Pumpkinhead 3, and Pumpkinhead 2 was not very good. I don't know. This is kind of a rarity. You don't see this floating around there too much. 2007. I don't know. We'll see. And here's one I've wanted to see for years because I am a massive Brian Usna fan. So Return of the Living Dead Part 3. I've only seen the first one. It's a stone cold classic. Excited to watch this though. And I should probably see the second one too. Yeah. Brian Usna is just... I love him. Dark Half, directed by George Romero, based on a Stephen King story. I had to see this. Romero, King, two of my favorite dudes. 1991, it looks like. And since I'm fucking around in the kaiju universe, I had to get some Ultraman stuff. So this is a Series 1 or Volume 1. I don't know what that means exactly, but it's got stuff in here. And I've never seen Ultraman. I've always been interested, but yeah. Never have actually seen a single episode of Ultraman. So this is a pretty nice little set. I'm excited. I'm excited. Hell yeah. Comes with this little card. I think this is very badass. Any Ultraman fans out there? I've known of Ultraman like my entire fucking life, and I've never seen... I don't think I've seen a single second of the show. Halloween 5, one of the few Halloween films I didn't have already in my collection. I've heard this is far and away one of the worst, but I think this is the only Halloween movie that I haven't seen. I don't think I've even seen it. Yeah, I don't know. Company of Wolves. Been wanting to see this for a while. Angela Lansbury's in it. I've heard it's, one of the better werewolf films. This came out in '84, looks like. Here's a complete random blind buy. Paradox. I mean, that just looks cool, right? Yeah. 2017. This looks like a cool Japanese action movie. Defendor with Woody Harrelson, Elias Koteas, Sandra Oh, Kat Dennings. I remember this coming out. I didn't really think much about it. I heard it's great. I love Woody Harrelson. This came out in 2010. Yeah, excited to watch that. And another film that I have been trying to watch for over, 25 years. It just keeps eluding me for whatever goddamn reason. This came out in, when did this come out? I don't know, late 90s or something like that. We're talking about Dark City. Kiefer Sutherland, and this is William Hurt. This is an all-time sci-fi noir classic. I don't know why I haven't seen it. I've always wanted to. I will watch it soon. Anyways, that's it. Those are all my DVD and Blu-ray pickups for the month of March. And let's talk about some movies. All right. Hope you guys are having a good day. Cheers.